What's up, everybody? I'm Dapper Jeff, your gamer chef, and in honor of the Spyro Reignited trilogy, I figure I need to come up with a dish that's good enough for a dragon. So I got it. Spyro's Blazing Buffalo Chicken Dip. I'm gonna make some, you're gonna learn how, it's super easy. Let's go into my kitchen and rock this. Alright guys, this is a really simple dish that we're gonna do, and it's gonna yield some fantastic results. First thing you need is to grab your saucepan and get, medium-high heat under it. Alright, I'm gonna let that do its thing for just a second. First step is super simple. You get 10 ounces of chicken. I'm using the canned chicken. If you insist on using fresh, you totally can. I'm not knocking it. I'm just only using canned because it's a little convenient. It's quicker and easier. I'm gonna let this heat up just a touch. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna make sure I have 3/4 of a cup of hot sauce. I'm using the Frank's Red Hot. Feel free to use whatever kind you like. And we're gonna use our pro tip from last week to see if this is hot yet. A little bit of water on my fingers. Yep, that's pretty good for what I need. I'm just gonna take your chicken, pour it on in there. Take your hot sauce, pour it on in there. Give it some heat, because this is a Spyro dish and we're gonna fire it up. Gonna grab your spoon, gonna mix this stuff around and just let it simmer for 3 or 4 minutes, just until it's warm. So we're gonna let it do that, and you'll know it's warm because it's gonna start steaming and maybe bubbling a little bit. I don't know, it's the first time I've ever done this. If you want to, you can take your spoon and kind of break up some of these bigger clumps of chicken, because this is supposed to be a dip, so it's gonna be smooth and creamy by the time we're done. Well, we got some sizzle going on over here. All right, guys, so we can see this is starting to bubble. We know this is nice and toasty warm. So the next step is to take 1 cup of light ranch dressing. Just pour that right in there, right on the tippy topperoonie. We're gonna take 2 8-ounce packages of the Neufchatel cheese. And yes, we actually looked it up because I was always like, how do you pronounce this? Is it Neufchatel? Neufchatel? I don't know. It sounds German or French or some language I don't speak fluently. And we got 2. Make sure you leave these out for a little while before cooking so they can soften up. It's gonna make life a lot easier in a minute. And you're gonna take a 1/2 cup of low-fat cheddar cheese. Just sprinkle that in. Now we take our spoon and we're just mixing everything together. And that's all there really is to it, is you just mix it together till it is creamy and smooth. This is gonna hopefully be super delicious. So here's the challenge. Now we just gotta mix it and get all that Neufchatel melted. All right, guys, here's where it gets fun, because right now you just kind of want to mix it a little bit. You want to keep it on that medium-high heat and just get that Neufchatel melted, which it shouldn't take too terribly long, but like I said, it is a process. This is a labor of love. And then once that happens, that's when we get to a little bit of a variant. All right, guys, so I dropped the heat down to low, made sure that Neufchatel cheese is all melty and delicious. Last step, and like I said, here's where you can get to a different variant. You can either take your other 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese, sprinkle it on top like we're doing right now, or if you would rather, throw this in a slow cooker at this point on low heat for about 1/2 an hour till it's hot and bubbly. Obviously, sprinkling in that cheddar cheese on top. We are clearly not doing a slow cooker, because I'm sorry, ain't nothing slow about Spyro. It is a fast-paced game where you gotta have quick timing and fun reflexes. So right now, my main goal is just to make sure that cheddar cheese is nice and melty in here. You can add whatever kind of cheeses you want. Like if you wanted to add more cheese or a different cheese, you totally could. Now granted, it wouldn't be as healthy as this as far as calorie count goes. This right here is only 177 calories per serving, and that's crazy. Alright guys, that's how you make a super simple Spyro dip for you and your buds. Now, like I said, you can add whatever cheeses you want, that's totally fine. Super quick, but best of all, it tastes like it took forever to make. There's your trick. You whip some up for your next party, and when all your guests are all like, man, this is amazing, you can be all like, yeah, it took me hours to make. But it didn't. So I'm gonna enjoy some of this. I'm gonna go play me some Spyro, get some orbs, and try to save the world from, I don't know, bad guys. Roast some sheep. Don't forget, click like, subscribe, and follow down below. Consider donating to my Patreon, that would be super awesome of you. I'm Dapper Jeff. I'll see you guys next week, but until then, stay well fed. Alright guys, that's how you make a super simple, super fantastic, sensational Spyro dip for you and your crew. What's a roo? What's a Yuru? Yuru!